1 minute ago, Dubai Marina still looked like the dream. Glass towers reflecting sunlight, yachts parked like status symbols, restaurants buzzing with life. On the surface, nothing seems wrong. But take a closer look. At night, more windows are dark than before. Balconies sit empty. Apartments that once had waiting lists now struggle to find tenants. Dubai Marina used to be one of the most desirable places to live. It promised a lifestyle people saw in movies. Waterfront views, nightlife, convenience, and luxury all in one place. For years, it delivered exactly that. Expats moved in fast. Investors poured in money. Prices climbed, and demand felt unstoppable. But something changed. Quietly, people began moving out. Not all at once, but steadily. Fewer new tenants replaced them. Listings stayed up longer. Rental prices started to soften. The strange part is, online, it still looks perfect. Social media hasn't caught up with reality. The same polished images keep circulating, creating the illusion that nothing has shifted. But behind that image, the story is different. So what happened? How does a place go from being one of the most sought-after locations in the world to losing its momentum? And why are so many units sitting empty today? To understand that, you have to go back to the beginning. Because the fall didn't start recently. It started years ago, hidden behind rapid success. Dubai Marina was never meant to be ordinary. It was designed to impress from the very beginning. A man-made canal city in the desert, inspired by global waterfront destinations. The goal was clear: create a place where people could live, work, and socialize without leaving the area. And it worked almost immediately. The skyline grew fast, filled with modern towers offering luxury apartments. Restaurants, cafes, and retail spaces followed. The Marina Walk became a hotspot for both residents and visitors. It felt alive, energetic, and exclusive. Expats were drawn to it. It offered a lifestyle that combined convenience and excitement. Offices were nearby, the beach was accessible, and everything felt within reach. For many, it became the ideal place to live in Dubai. Investors saw even more potential. Property values increased rapidly. Rental demand stayed high. Buying in Dubai Marina seemed like a guaranteed win. Developers responded the only way they knew how. They kept building. More towers. More apartments. More promises of luxury living. At the time, it made sense. Demand was strong, and the city itself was growing quickly. But the pace never slowed. And that's where the foundation of the problem began. Because when growth continues without limits, the balance eventually breaks. At first, everything still looked fine. But underneath, pressure was building. As Dubai Marina expanded, the number of available apartments kept increasing. Tower after tower entered the market, each competing for attention. Developers marketed better views, newer designs, and more amenities. But there was one issue. The number of residents didn't grow at the same pace. This created oversupply. Too many apartments, not enough long-term tenants. At first, landlords didn't worry. Demand had been strong for years. But slowly, vacancies started appearing. Listings stayed active longer. Prices stopped rising. Then they began to drop. Landlords started competing with each other. Incentives became common. Reduced rent, flexible payment plans, even free months offered just to secure tenants. What was once a premium location began to feel like a competitive market. And that shift changed perception. When people see prices falling in a luxury area, it raises questions. Is demand weakening? Is the area losing its value? Investors noticed this first. Rental yields dropped. Returns weren't as strong as expected. Some chose to wait. Others decided to sell. That added even more supply to the market. And with each new listing, the imbalance grew stronger. The marina wasn't failing overnight, but it was slowly losing the advantage it once had. The image of Dubai Marina sells a lifestyle. But daily living tells a different story. Traffic is one of the biggest frustrations. What should be a short trip often turns into long delays, especially during busy hours. The infrastructure struggles to handle the density. Noise is another issue. Between nightlife, construction, and constant movement, quiet moments are rare. For some, that energy is exciting. For others, it becomes exhausting over time. Costs also play a role. Service charges, maintenance fees, and parking limitations can make living there more expensive than expected. The upfront appeal fades when ongoing expenses increase. Then there's space. Many apartments are smaller compared to newer developments offering larger layouts at similar or lower prices. Residents began to question the value. Is the location still worth the cost? Is the lifestyle still enjoyable long term? For many, the answer became no, and once residents start leaving, the impact spreads. Businesses feel it. Foot traffic drops. The overall atmosphere shifts. The marina didn't suddenly empty out. But the experience of living there began to lose its appeal. And that change made it easier for people to look elsewhere. Dubai continued to grow, and with that growth came new communities. These areas were built with improved planning and modern expectations in mind. Wider roads, better traffic flow, more spacious apartments, and updated amenities. Locations like downtown Dubai and Business Bay began attracting the same audience that once chose Dubai Marina. They offered something the marina couldn't easily update: a newer environment. In a city like Dubai, that matters. People often prefer what feels current. Modern layouts, better infrastructure, and less congestion became strong selling points. Investors followed the shift. Demand in newer areas meant better returns and stronger long-term value. This created a cycle. As more people moved to these newer locations, demand in the marina weakened further. Lower demand affected pricing, and pricing influenced perception. The marina was no longer seen as the top choice. It became one option among many. And in a fast-developing city, losing the top position can change everything. The skyline remained iconic, but the attention had moved elsewhere. Dubai Marina isn't empty. People still live there. Restaurants still operate. The area still attracts visitors. But it's no longer what it once was. The demand has softened. The exclusivity has faded. The urgency to live there is gone. Instead of being the first choice, it's now one of several options. That shift is subtle but important. Because the marina didn't collapse. It didn't fail dramatically. It simply lost its momentum while the city evolved around it. And in Dubai, standing still is the fastest way to fall behind. The future isn't completely uncertain. Areas like this often go through cycles. With upgrades, renovations, or new developments, they can regain attention. But right now, Dubai Marina sits in a different position. Still recognizable. Still visually impressive. But no longer the center of demand. And that's the real story. Sometimes, change doesn't happen with headlines or sudden events. Sometimes, it happens quietly. Just like this.